Heyo, it's time for another vlog in the car. Hi, I'm Sonacott. It's very cold outside. It's 32 Fahrenheit or 0 centigrade. Haven't done a video in a long time because work and things and taxes are coming and I have to somehow prepare for that. Ugh, it's gonna suck. Anyway, what do I want to talk about? So recently I just resubscribed to World of Warcraft because I kind of miss it. Only to find out that Blizzard's been doing things kind of hastily. Like, I wondered what the hell was going on in Battle for Azeroth. That's the current expansion right now. And they just released 8.3, Visions of N'Zoth, which is the old god. This ancient dark creature of menacing power from the void. Whatever. And then I kind of noticed that things don't fit together very well. It just seems kind of like they're pulling ideas from all over the place, but there's no real strong connection with anything. And the lore of the game, if you've followed it over the last several years or decade, I think World of Warcraft is now over 15 years old. Well, let me take it back a step. So the art and design of World of Warcraft is tremendous. They've done a great job. A lot of upgrades. They've added new allied races, namely the Mechagnomes and the Vulpera. The Vulpera are super cute, by the way. I absolutely love them. I created one not too long ago. And they redesigned the Worgen female models so that they no longer look like irradiated chihuahuas, or whatever you want to call them. So they look more like wolves now, which is awesome. So better art direction there. But that's really all I can say about the current status of World of Warcraft. Is the art is great, but the storyline leaves a lot to be desired. And in fact, they've gone off onto so many tangents that I can't follow them. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't know what's being discussed. I don't know how to follow the storyline. I would recommend watching a couple other YouTubers. You probably know them already. Bellular Gaming, Kalani, who's a couple other ones. I watch all these other YouTube channels. Nobble, of course. Breezy, So Breezy, and everybody is scratching their heads. They followed the lore. Also, watch The Lost Codex. The Lost Codex is a very incredible series. I think he needs more subscribers, more than I deserve. My channel really is kind of I just do this because it's fun. But their channels, they're in it for the business. They do this professionally. I just do this because I can. So follow their channels, and if you listen to all of them, everybody's like scratching their heads like, what is going wrong? What is going wrong with the World of Warcraft lore? Nothing makes any sense. You're ignoring all these intricacies. You're ignoring all these details. You're ignoring a lot of the backstory. Everything feels shoved in or wedged into place, and it's hard to follow. It's hard to understand. And the big embarrassment right now is when Blizzard had released their ending cinematic for 8.3, is that N'Zoth apparently got destroyed by the big Heart of Azeroth laser, and it's something that Peter Jackson would have looked at and said, that looks familiar. And it makes no sense. You took an entire rich storyline and you basically wrote it off as some sort of side plot, and people are upset about it, like really upset. You've had this rich, detailed, amazing lore over the last 15 years, and it feels like you just dumped it on somebody's lap and said, here, write something quick. Blizzard, you can do better than this. You can do a lot better than this. I have seen it. The story is what engages people into playing your game. It what brings people in, and what keeps people in is that engagement and creating friendships and creating, a world of which people can separate themselves from their daily stress of life and come into a game full of fantasy and wonder. And I just don't feel that anymore. I mean, something of it is still there that I still like, and I still play it. But the overall feeling just became hollow. Like, it's like a fortune cookie without a fortune in it. I just have a cookie, and then there's nothing. And then I just feel like, why did I do this? I don't know if that makes any sense, but the story sure doesn't at the moment. Azshara, the queen who has been coerced by N'Zoth, and what led to the beginning of the Naga, that was cool. But, N'Zoth, as an old god, he's been around for a long, 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 long time. If you compare that with the rest of Azeroth, and N'Zoth is ancient, and Azeroth is just a young baby compared to him. And N'Zoth, he's been said to be the weakest of the old gods. No, I don't agree with that at all. In fact, I think N'Zoth, as a character, albeit evil, he is very intelligent, not to be trifled with. He's ever scheming. He knows what he's doing. He orchestrates all these plans and ideas. And then you just write him off as, gotta pop the big zit on the planet. And then what about Sargeras' sword that's still stuck in Azeroth, the thing that he stabbed the planet with? How did that not destroy Azeroth with all that tremendous amount of force? As far as I know, if you're paying attention to physics, what the hell is that in a video game, right? If something that big got jammed into a planet that size, we would have been split in half. But that didn't happen. Some game physics, like back in Legion, when Illidan managed to pull Argus out of nowhere and put it right next to Azeroth, don't you think the gravitational forces would have caused them to spin and eventually collide with each other? I'm going off on a tangent myself now. But you get the point I'm trying to make here, is you can't just write stuff off quickly. If you want to create a masterpiece, if you want to create a piece of art, then you need to pay attention to the entire history of that writing. A story like N'Zoth could have had his own expansion. He could have had his own thing, right? Instead, you kind of shove him in a patch, and then the whole Battle for Azeroth idea just kind of felt I would have to say that Battle for Azeroth at this juncture has been one of the most lackluster patches or upgrades I have ever played in World of Warcraft. It's not there for me, and a lot of players are frustrated and upset, and it's leading to a lot of drama on the forum. Oh yeah, drama on the forum. Gee, that doesn't happen. Yeah, well, people are upset. People are threatening to unsubscribe, sell their stocks. They're saying, Blizzard, this is just crap, and your microtransactions on the Blizzard store, and all these sales deals. Oh, hey, look, you can convert your character for the discounted price of $17.50 US. And it's like, well, where's the rest of it? Activision, I don't know if Activision's being the puppet master here and then pulling all the strings, making Blizzard look stupid. It's like Pinocchio on crack. You're doing the Electronic Arts thing. It's like, okay, you're selling me a burger and then give me the option to buy fries and a drink. No, that should all be included. But no, instead what you're doing is you're selling me a patty, and then you're trying to upgrade me to a bun and a piece of lettuce and a tomato and an onion, and you're selling me all the fixings separately. That's just dumb. It's so dumb. I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, am I wasting my money? Am I wasting my time here? Should I even continue to play this game? And the other thing is, like, I have a lot of alts. I'm a very altaholic person. Good add-on, by the way. I switch between characters a lot because I want to get a feel for how the other classes play and how they work, and how they design to feel, and everything that's involved with all the different characters out there. And I like to see the other characters' backstories. I like to see the species, the other natives of Azeroth, and where they come from and how they tie into the story. And a lot of that stuff, a lot of that writing is actually really good. I think it's very cool. But the problem is the overarching story doesn't work. It feels rushed. It feels like you've left out very important details. It's not there. What we need to feel as a gamer is immersion. We need to feel like we belong there. We need to feel like that we're a part of this. And a lot of us here, it's like we're adventurers. We want to go out on an adventure. We want to see the world. We want to explore the world. Whether on the ground or up in the sky, we want to experience it. We want to feel the story. We want to be immersed. We want to understand these things. And lately it's become too mechanical and too quick, right? I get what they're trying to do in the next expansion. Shadowlands are just coming out. The leveling experience is going to be streamlined, in where each of the previous expansions of the game can be treated as a single story arc that your character can choose to go through, leveling from 10 to 50. And then 50 to 60 is where you can experience Shadowlands, and then 1 to 10 is your starting zone, or you can go to a new starting zone that they're going to add. But Battle for Azeroth, it feels like that there's a lot left to be desired. It's quick writing. It's a lot of corporate shenanigans in the background. It feels like you guys aren't taking your time with this. You're removing employees from your company. You've laid off a lot of workers, hard workers, of which I just cannot understand why you would eliminate all that workforce and then expect to come out with a product that is good. Art takes time. It is a mixture of science and engineering. It is designed to please the emotions. And all you have left now is a hollow husk and very upset, angered players, and a YouTube video that you have unlisted because the downvotes are into the abyss. People are not happy with what you just did. And frankly, you're insulting your ancestry. You're insulting the people who worked before you that started everything up. I should be a lot nicer about this. I should provide critique. But I think that's already been provided by dozens of other YouTubers out there. So I'm just going to give it to you straight. Blizzard, you need to work a lot harder than this. You've got to put everything piece by piece together carefully and recognize where everything else is coming from, and not ignore very important details of the story arc. Or otherwise, you're just going to leave your follower base, your player base, bewildered and confused. And then they're going to wonder where they're going to go. They're going to wonder, what am I doing here? Nothing of this world makes any sense anymore. It's rushed. I keep saying that. It's rushed. You rushed it. You can't rush artwork. You ever seen that meme on the internet, on Facebook, about what kind of art that you can produce in a certain period of time? Like, okay, let's draw a picture of Spider-Man. Here, you have 10 minutes. Creates a nice work of art. Well, now do that same picture of Spider-Man in 1 minute. It creates an okay piece of art. How about 10 seconds? Then you create a big old scribble. What you've done, Blizzard, is you've cut a lot of productivity time away from your employees. You've gotten rid of talented people, and things are falling apart, and what you're left with is a pile of slop. Your players don't want that. I don't want that. If you want to continue making money, stop it with the microtransactions and start building a quality product. If you're going to bake a cake, it doesn't just have to be a cake that looks nice, but it needs to taste good too, right? Gaming is a rich dessert that you should enjoy slowly, visually, smell it, taste it, but if everything is just rushed and slapped together, all you're going to be left with is junk. I said it before in this video and I'll say it again. Don't rush it. Take your time. Look at the history. Be patient. Your player base will thank you if you put things together properly. Right? This is Sonic Gut. Thanks for watching. And always remember, never underestimate the power of a gamer. Guys, have yourselves a good day. Peace.